Hi guys, it's Steph. We are continuing our conversation this month around the D or the director. If you haven't already seen the first couple of videos, check those out because they're building to today's conversation, which is about how Ds relate to others and how others relate to Ds. All's fair. So at their best, Ds are incredible mentors because they have so much passion and curiosity and interest in what they're doing, and they're able to channel that enthusiasm into taking action, oftentimes where others fear to tread. And so what can make them incredible mentors is they're so good at seeing the potential in people as much as they see the potential in a situation. And so when they see what you're capable of, even when maybe you don't see that in yourself yet, they can help coax that out of you and help you see the bigger picture and maybe not underestimate yourself or your opportunities the way that you have been when you're playing things maybe a little safer than you should. They help you kind of get outside your own box, and they allow you to explore your own imagination. So Ds at their best relate to others as coaches, mentors, like cheerleaders on steroids, right? At their most challenged and sometimes at their most unhealthy, Ds can be bulldozers. And when they see the potential in something and that potential is not being realized, instead of allowing the person to just be on their own journey, they will try and force that potential into existence. And there are times when Ds unintentionally, sometimes intentionally if they're really unhealthy, but most of the time unintentionally, Ds can bully and they can bulldoze. And it's really kind of goes back to what I was talking about before, that when they feel strongly about something, they are willing to fight for it. It is simply part of their nature. And so, fighting and pushing and creating and being agents of change, while that comes naturally to them, can be very unsettling to people around them who might have a quieter and more contemplative personality. And so that can really be oil and water. On the disc wheel, D is opposite of S. S's are supporters, and they are quiet. They like to function in the background. They like to make sure all the trains run on time. They are very methodical. They are not interested in inventing and creating and imagining. They are interested in promoting stability. So when you put S's in the same room with D's, the irony is they both need each other, and they both have no idea how to relate to one another. So the key to unlock that mystery is if Ds can find it within themselves to exercise a little patience and create space, and a safe space for S's to express their concerns and to work through those concerns with the D, and they feel like their opinions are being respected and taken into consideration, the more the S's will open up and be more amenable to taking the action that's important to Ds. But as soon as Ds come in with that big boisterous kind of energy and they don't really leave room for their quieter counterparts, those S's will clam right up and they will not open for you. And that is going to cause friction. So if Ds really want to lead and they really want to mentor and they ultimately really just want to get shit done, which is their MO, they ironically need to pump the brakes a little bit in order to cross the finish line, because they can't bully and bulldoze everybody across that finish line with them. They have to coach and they have to coax and they have to learn how to bring people along for the ride, because ultimately they need agents of stability and sustainability to make sure that what they've created can exist for the long term. So that's a little food for thought for all of my high Ds out there. And listen, I've had to learn some of this the hard way. I have a healthy amount of D in my own behavioral style. And I like to get things done and I like to get into motion, but I've had to learn to take a breath and pause and create that space for people who might not function as intuitively as I do, but that doesn't mean that their opinion and their process means any less. It just means that it takes them more consideration and time to get there. And honestly, the SCs in my life have brought many things to my attention that have ultimately made my decisions better because I was too quick to pay attention to the things that they noticed. And chiefly here is a little shout out to my high C husband, George. We're going to get more into the C later down the line, and I will be happy to expound on that dynamic at a later time. But believe me, when it comes to SCs, if you are a D, you want them on your wall and you need them on your wall. So make a little room for other styles, and it will make your actions that much more valuable and potent. So that's what I've got for you this week. Next week, we're going to finish up our conversation about the D behavioral type, and I will share with you how to best use them on your team. So I will see you then. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye, guys.